My name is John. I'm a professional boxer from Manalapan, New Jersey. So I got involved in boxing when I was 14 years old. My father was a retired professional. So I took after him in his shoes. I had my first amateur fight when I was 14. I worked all the way up to where I am now. I'm currently 11-1-1 with 5 KOs. I'm the ABF Super Bantamweight Champion. So I come to Alliance for injury prevention and for just all-around rehab. They take care of me as in if I get an injury during camp, which happens a lot. I may hurt my hand, I may hurt my leg running. I've had plenty of different injuries over the last 3 or 4 training camps getting ready for fights that I called Jimmy up. I'm like, I hurt my knee, I hurt my hand. And I came immediately in, they took care of it.
Well, John's a pretty challenging case because he's a professional athlete and he's a combative athlete. So when he comes in, we're constantly looking at, possible concussion symptoms, bruising, internal injuries, and all that stuff. So it's literally using everything that I've learned in school and throughout my profession to kind of evaluate him each session, make sure he's fighting in peak condition.
I actually met Jimmy through another sponsor of mine. He immediately took me in, started taking care of me, came out to a few of my fights. When Jimmy came here, I followed him. That was like automatic. That's like my right-hand man. When I came in here, he introduced me to so many other good people. I was so happy to be here. This whole place is like having more Jimmys because everyone is just great in this whole place. So
when John first came in through our doors, he was getting ready for one of his local fights, and he was stuck in almost like a seat posture just because he's in that protective positioning when he's boxing. So it's trying to strike that fine balance between fixing him and allowing him the mobility to go on and get in and out of that positioning. So that was pretty challenging, but with cupping, we did a bunch of Graston, soft tissue work, and a lot of active release techniques. He was able to function properly, went on to his fight, and I was able to sit front row and watch him win the ABF Super Bantamweight Championship belt.
My back pain is from just kind of being hunched over, bent down in this position. So I kind of wake up in pain every day. I see the chiros, I get cupped, everything. Whether it's being rubbed out, and there's always a lot of work done on it. Heat and stim, tons of stuff. I think the biggest thing is definitely the cupping and the Normatec. I do that 2 days a week. I do the cupping on my back, and I do the Normatec on my legs only. And I think that's a big impact, and it helps a lot, especially I'm always on my legs, I'm always running, I'm always bouncing around and moving, so.
Normatec and cupping are very effective for combat sports, especially boxing. The cupping allows increased blood flow to an area that otherwise doesn't receive as much because of the positioning that he's in while he's fighting. The Normatec allows the body almost like a forced Band-Aid to pump the inflammation that otherwise settles in his ankles and his lower extremities back towards the heart, and they can efficiently be dissipated, so that way he doesn't become sluggish. It expedites recovery so that John can literally run 10 miles and then wake up the next day and bike for 20 more.
Per fight camp, I run 250 miles per fight camp. I spar about 200 rounds per fight camp. My swimming, all my bag work, all my pad work, my biking, so my strength and conditioning, I do tons of training. I train 2 to 3 times a day for about 4 months. So that's what I do to prepare for a fight. So obviously it sounds like a lot. I come here, they take care of me. That keeps me like it evens out,
After every training camp, John has significant back pain because he's constantly in that flex posture. So when he comes in, it allows us, once training is done, the fight's over, we kind of get him back to civilian life, so that way we're not doing more like a maintenance preventative thing. We're more doing like a transition so that he could just walk around more upright.
My all-around experience coming here, 5-star review. The people, the treatment, and even just the employees are great. I 100% recommend coming in. If you're another athlete I would definitely recommend coming in or consider coming in because this is like a crucial part of my training. This is what steps your game up from here to here, so I would definitely come in.